Today on LU News, we will discuss the new rules and regulations that were announced to walk-to-campus housing residents. We will also update you on the fraternity freeze and a recap of Miss Longwood Pageant. This edition of LU News starts right now. Hello and welcome to LU News. I'm Caitlin Norman. Recently, Walk-to-Campus Housing sent out 3 letters to their tenants explaining a new policy that will be effective immediately. Here's reporter Ben Maitland with the story.
Walk-to-Campus Properties recently sent information to their tenants about a new 3-strike policy. 3 letters were mailed to each property. They were addressed from Walk-to-Campus, Farmville Police Chief Doug Mooney, and the Office of Residential and Commuter Life, expressing their frustration about several issues. The excess bad behavior, loud noise, and alcohol consumption surrounding several locations on Buffalo Street has received attention from the Farmville Police Department and the Longwood University Campus Police. Starting immediately, Walk-to-Campus will receive weekly updates from Farmville and the Longwood Police about violations at their properties. A 3rd violation reported by police will cause all Walk-to-Campus tenants to be evicted from the property. The balance of their lease will still be due in full. This new policy will be enforced strictly and without prejudice, according to one of the letters. Longwood Chief of Police Bob Beach said most of the Walk-to-Campus tenants are willing to abide by the new rules.
There are men and women that are trying to complete their education and live a day-to-day life here in Farmville as they do that. And they're just trying to survive this turmoil that's going on over right now until things get back in shape again.
Chief Beach plans to work alongside Chief Mooney and the Farmville Police on this issue. Still, questions remain. It is not certain if all members of the property will be evicted or if it will just be specific apartments. Beach said he does not know how that will be addressed. Walk-to-Campus officials could not be reached for comment on that issue.
One of the problems that we saw, one particular address over there that we knew we know, Walk-to-Campus knows it's really 1 or 2 apartments that are causing all the problems, not all the apartments in there. And I think that is that's a question as to how they want to handle that.
Chief Beach also said that he hopes all parties involved, including Longwood Police, Farmville Police, and Walk-to-Campus tenants, will work together to make sure that this policy is enforced correctly and not abused. Reporting for LU News, I'm Ben Maitland.
Members of the Greek community met Thursday, March 3rd to discuss moratorium that was placed on Monday, February 28th. To date, 4 of the fraternities have had their moratorium lifted. This is only the 2nd time in 20 years a moratorium has been put in place on an interfraternity council chapter. On Thursday, March 3rd, the Miss Longwood Pageant was hosted in Jarman Auditorium. The pageant was held by the sorority Kappa Delta in order to raise awareness for child abuse. There were 12 contestants in the running to be crowned Miss Longwood. The pageant started off with presentations by each contestant as they announced their various affiliations and identifiers with different groups and organizations around campus. A variety of performances followed. There was singing, rapping, tap dancing, dancing, and martial arts. The difficult portion of the night was the questionnaires. Each contestant answered questions ranging from what characteristics make a good citizen leader to what was your greatest memory at Longwood University. Miss Longwood concluded with last year's winner, Octavia Moten, singing her song, Longwood State of Mind. The judges deliberated for several minutes before the announcement was made. It was decided that 2 of the contestants would share the crown, Taylor Hines and Nancy McDonald. As we all know, spring break is coming up in a couple of days, and some of Longwood's students are participating in alternative spring break. ABS is an opportunity for Longwood students to engage in community service during their spring break by going to different places. There are 3 possible places students can go for spring break. This year, Navajo Nation, Arizona, Atlanta, Georgia, and Grace House on the mountain in St. Paul, Virginia. For more information, you can visit Longwood at www.longwood.edu/volunteer. Longwood University held its 12th annual Civil War seminar on February 26th. Presentations began at 9:30 a.m. and ran all day. This year's seminar was free and open to the public. The theme for the event was The War Begins in 1861. Topics that were discussed included the bombardment of Fort Sumter, the Battle of First Manassas, and Confederate General Jeb Stuart. Speakers who presented at the seminar included John Hennessy, Chief Historian of Fredericksburg and Spotsylvania National Military Park, Patrick Schroeder, a historian at Appomattox Courthouse, also presented, as well as Mike Gorman, an expert on Civil War photography. The seminar was sponsored by Appomattox Courthouse National Historical Park and Longwood's Department of History, Political Science, and Philosophy. Overall, the response to this year's seminar was positive. April 2011 marks the 150th anniversary of the start of the Civil War. It was was a busy weekend for the Longwood Lancers athletics. The softball team played the Citrus Classic in Orlando over the weekend. The Lancers defeated Notre Dame and Long Island in round 1 of the tournament. However, they lost to Maryland, Illinois, and Illinois State. They returned to Virginia and swept UVA in a doubleheader on Tuesday. The baseball team is also riding an 8-game winning streak, including a doubleheader victories over Coppin State and Norfolk State. Well, that's all we have for you today. Thank you for watching LU News, and until next time, I'm Caitlin Norman. Take it easy, Lancers.